So Powerit Automate is I'll just create a basic flow. Like you can go to create and you can create an automated flow and you'll just have to name the flow. Like trigger is basically what to do when something happens. So if your email comes in separate inbox, you can type like email would be the trigger when new email arrives, and you can give any random name. And when an email arrives, you have to provide a step to it that what will happen next. So when you hit next, you can choose any function. Like it will also provide a notification to your SIM card too, but that feature is paid at the moment. That is a premium feature. You can send it to your other email box. Like you can send an email notification, you can click on that and you can enter your email ID here. Like if this account from this account I want to send email to my primary, for suppose primary email, so I'll type my email here and all you have to do is just save or either may write a subject to. So whenever I will receive an email in this account, it will automatically get directed to this account. I can even change its options like add another email address here too. So this is it. That was just it. Like now, whenever you will receive an email in this account, you will also receive an email automatically in this account. So the next power feature on our list is Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word is very useful processing tool that is used for basically creating office documentation, letters, brochures, and probably doing assignments and quizzes. There are very useful features in Microsoft. Basically, Microsoft Word also comes in the desktop based and the Office 365 based that is available by going onto the web. So there is Word. You can open it from here, and this is basically the view of Word on web based. You can create a blank document here, and we are all familiar with Word, like basic use of Word. It's a primary word processing. There are other also word processing applications such as rich RTX documents and whatnot, but Mac and Google Docs too. But most primary application we know as Word. So there is a feature in Word here. If you log in with your student organization email, so there's a dictate feature. It basically does is that you can speak and it will write it for you. You guys can try that out later. Excuse me. So uh, it suppose multiple languages, English, Spanish, French, and whatnot. All you have to do is speak and it will write it for you. So that is very helpful when you don't want to write. So Word will automatically write it for you. So, and the main feature I want to discuss today is that there is another feature called transcribe. If we click the drop down arrow from here, there's a transcribe. Basically, transcribe feature just landed on Word few weeks ago. It basically what does is that if you have any saved voice recording, for now transcribe only supports English, but in future it will support many more languages. So if you have any voice recording or anything in MP3 format, MP4 format, MP4A, these are basically sound formats in which your recording can be. The recording must be in English. So basically, like I am with my friend and he dictates me something in English, or for example, we are planning a play and we have to write dialogues, but writing a whole script might be a little hectic when you don't want to type. So you all you can do just is get the recording in English, and you can either start recording from here directly, or if you have a saved audio file, you can upload the audio file from here. I'll upload a sample audio file. It will take some time to load. Let that happen. It will basically take time according to your audio length file size. The audio file that I have is currently of 1 minute, so it will take roughly 2 3 minutes. It's almost done. So the output is here. The audio file had multiple, I guess, speakers. The basically the word automatically detects what the user speaks by AI technology. So these are all the text that was in the video. So before adding it to the document, Word also gives then you additional feature like if you want to change the speaker name, so you can change it here by going to edit. Like for example, there is one person like this is a scenario that you are preparing a play. So I'll rename is that as person one, or like while the recording the person said something, but he also said to remove it later because that wasn't suiting the script. So for example, if we want to remove this line from here, so we can just simply hit backspace and remove it, and this seems fine. So click and okay, then this was dialogue of person 2, and you can save it. So for example, like rest everything is fine, so we can do it. We can also select and add some parts of it, like I want to add this part to document. I'll click the plus icon here and I want to add this part. So only these was voice recording and Word automatically wrote it for you. And if you wish to add everything to the document, you can select from here like add all to document. So it will add everything here. So that is a very useful feature for Word that can help you a lot. So if you have any recording or voice note saved, so the next feature, also the Word has another feature like editor here. It will tell you how much word spelling error are there, and also provide you insights to how to improve your document. This wasn't previous that was there previously, like down here, like it showed 255 words and some errors. So the next feature that is helpful is in references. Mm, wait. Okay, so for some reason the feature is not showing with me online. So I'll basically switch to the desktop version. So whenever you go to references, so basically citation and referencing is a very important part of every student life, whether you are enrolled in undergraduate, masters, or PhD. So during your research work, it is very important to cite and use references, but there are certain ways in which we can cite or reference. So whenever we get guidelines of referencing, so basically there are many styles of referencing, but the main styles are Harvard style and APA style. For our university, APA style is more common, so we can use APA style. And the thing is, next we can do is bibliography is basically your list of references. You can go to add citation, add new source. For example, we had a document. Like let me open up some sample document. So let's take this document for example. This is a research article on environment perceptions. So, for example, we took something from here, and we want to add a reference. We can't just write the website address there. It will probably count in plagiarism too later. So we can do is go to Word and insert citation and go to add to source. Basically, it's an article, so we can select journal article depending on whatever source you are choosing. You're copying or citing text from, so you can go to journal article. Now, first of all, you'll have to write its author name. Its author name is available here. You can copy that and go here and paste it here. Then title of the document is here. You can copy that. Then there is a journal name. We currently do not have journal name available here. So okay, this is the journal name, building an environment, and basically the year was to October 2020. I might write October here too. For so yes, these are primary fields that are required for referencing. It's not necessary that you have to fill everything, but try to fill every single information that is available. So by clicking showing more bibliography fields, more fields can appear too. Like if you want to add editor name, publisher name, volume, issues, I guess volume was written there. Yeah, it's volume 183. So you can write here 183. When you hit OK, so this is a citation that you can add into the document, but when you go later to the referencing section, you can add references there too by like, for example, if you had references section and you want to add reference here, so you can go to bibliography and select style, whatever style you want to add references in. You can go to bibliography and you can add references. Basically these are different variations of adding how we can add style references. So I'll just go with the first one. And uh, okay, we might not have to give the heading. So this is the reference. I'll delete that. Okay, let me change another style. I'll go for this references. So this was a document with the author name, in which year it was published, the document name, the journal name, and the volume number. So basically, this is the proper way of referencing stuff. I hope that would be helpful. And one thing more, like you have to add citations, and sometimes we have to add citations, but do not add into the references section, else we have to write some clarification on the footer. Like the top of the document is called header, and the bottom is called footer. So you can basically put cursor wherever you want to write, add something. So you can go to insert footnote. It basically puts a one here and a one here. So I want to say something like, for example, I'm just adding randomly, like not for commercial use. So this is how we add references. uh, Also one thing more, like we also spend like tons of time on adding table of contents too. We can speed up that process by using the built-in feature of World how to add index table of contents. So there is on references section there there is option of table of contents, and basically let me add some headings. Like there are heading introduction, then probably first of all you will have abstract, then literature review, then probably you will be having methodology, me small guess that, and probably then something conclusion, and then references. So these might be the headings, and you want to add table of contents here. Like let me move that to another page. The simple way of moving anything to another page is going by going to layout and adding a break. A page break is added. So now I want to add table of contents. You can go to references, go to table of contents, and add table of contents here. In order to add something to the table of contents, you have to first of all highlight the things you want to add to the table of contents in the document. So you will first go to home. Basically there are different styles, and there is written like heading 1, heading 2. Whatever you want to add into the table of contents, basically you have to select heading 1. So let me just copy sample text first, like so basically, for suppose our abstract has heading and then text, and every section would be having text. So what we can do is go to abstract and click heading 1, then go to introduction, then click heading 2, and keep on doing this. Whatever headings you want to add, like this. So whenever, then in the end, when you will go to references and add table of contents, it will automatically add the headings and page numbers for you too. Like that's a very short way. Instead you would have created a table of your own, which would have taken a lot of time. So this is a shortcut way of doing this. And the good part of this is, like, if I move some heading to another page, like I go to layout and put a break and page break. Now methodology and conclusion are on page 3 and other headings are on page 2. So to in order to reflect changes in the table of contents, firstly click there and you will see update table option here. You will click that and it will ask you to either update page numbers only or update the entire table field. So I'll go on with entire table. So now you can see methodology is updated to page number 3 and conclusion is also updated to page number 3 and rest of the headings are on page number 2. So this is a very helpful tool. So for Word, that is that for the day. Now let's move on to another features. Uh, Another one is OneNote. OneNote is basically your cloud-based note-taking program. Like you would be having Windows built-in notes too. Like you can create notes here, but that is like a locally based version, and if your Windows crashes or something happens, so everything will like disappear. But in OneNote you can take notes, and the good thing of OneNotes is that you can collaborate with someone too, like multiple, like for example, you guys are working on a project, so everyone can work on a OneNote workbook at the same time. So, like, I'd be working on the abstract part, someone else would be working on the introduction part, and someone else would be working on literature part. So, we all can work simultaneously in one workbook. So, let me just give a short intro of that too. Mm, so, OneNote is accessible from the same portal.office.com. So, there you can extend all apps, and there is OneNote. And this is basically the whole interface of OneNote, and you can go create notebook from here. If you have previously saved workbooks, it will appear here, but I don't have any online office documents, so I'll go to create notebook and I have to name it too. So I'll name it and create. OneNote will take some time to set up, so let it happen. So the OneNote workbook is set up. So, and initially the notebook is empty. You can add sections, like it says click here or press enter to create any section. Like when I click there, it gives me a prompt to name this section. So I can name this section as introduction. So introduction is saved here. Then I can create a section, follow my cursor on top, on bottom left side. There is an option of adding a section and adding a page too. Like I'll add a section and name it as literature review. So the good part of this is, and working in Word, basically the main difference is that you have different sections to scroll with. In Word, you will generally be having a full length document, and let me open Word, and I'll be editing this, and for some reason I want to reduce or increase some lines. Uh, so everything below would also get disturbed too, or anything if I am making changes in introduction, so anything above will also get disturbed too. So OneNote is very useful feature here. Like there are different sections for everything, and everyone can work on their respective sections. So this is basically for heading. I'll name it as draft something. So and click down and write in anything as introduction, and we can create pages too. Like you want to have different variations of introductions, and in the end decide what introductions you want to use. So you can do that, and as someone else would be person two would be working on literature review, and you can have as many sections you want. So this is the basic feature of OneNote, and you can even take like classwork notes here, like add subject name like subject one. Yes. So this is subject one, and like you are studying different topics there. So this would be topic one, and you can take all of its notes here. Then you can add second page, name it as topic two, and take all of your notes there. So basically, a subject would have different topics, and you will have different notes for there. And it since Office 365 is a cloud-based suite, so whenever you open portal.office from any machine, you will able to see your every work stored here. So it's very useful and reliable as the data is backed up. So that's it for OneNote. Now we would go to our next application, that is PowerPoint. PowerPoint, basically the medium I'm using right now to present this slide to. So PowerPoint is basically a Microsoft presentation program that creates slides and show something. Basically, it is used for presentation purposes. And Microsoft PowerPoint is very powerful feature. Let me open another PowerPoint. PowerPoint is also available desktop based, and you can access it from online too, like by going to portal.office.com. And here is PowerPoint. This is web based PowerPoint, and that is desktop based PowerPoint. So everything I save here would get stored in cloud. Everything I save here on desktop version would be stored on my laptop. So let me open it again. So this is interface of PowerPoint. So I'll go to blank presentation, and this is the basic view of PowerPoint. And whenever you will open PowerPoint, let me open web-based for you guys. Like So this is web view, like it is open in browser. So whenever you open PowerPoint, this is would be the default view, and PowerPoint will also show you options how to design your template. Uh, there would be design options available here too, like we have in our desktop based PowerPoint, like design features here too. So it will show features here too, and for example, I want to select this design. So it adds us for us, and and we can choose designs from here too. Like I want to go with this. Mm, mm, oh, okay, I'm going with the basic white one. So So there is a feature in PowerPoint that is called as Slide Master. It basically lets you edit your slide into like very. Let me see. Okay, let me go switch to desktop version. So when you go to View, you will see Slide Master here, and when you click on Slide Master, it basically lets you edit templates like in if I explain that in easier words, like you have designs here, and the designs like this is the and go to a new slide. So this is title slide, and there is a title and content slide. There is section header slide. There is title only slide. According to our requirements, we can add slides here from here, like so this one. So, but I want to change, modify this template to this very core. Like if I had multiple slides, let me click the write something here. So I'll duplicate the slide. Like so, I have multiple slides, but I wanted to change this slide, modify this slide. So if I do it manually, it would take a lot of time because there are multiple slides of same template. So there is a shortcut. We can go to View and Slide Master, and we can select what slide we want to edit. This is basically the title slide, as you can see, and this is the template we were using currently. So we can edit it, like do something like this and add footer, or we want to give the text first and change the heading later. And basically we just have to drag and adjust elements. Or one thing more, like we don't like the white background, so we can change colors from here. Like there are a bunch of options. These options are not available like on general design menu on PowerPoint. So I'll go with this, and basically you have to do is close master view, and everything is changed. Like this was the slide, text is above and heading is below, and it is the same case for every slide. So that is a very time saving feature. So the next feature is the zoom feature in PowerPoint. So when we go to insert, and there is the zoom feature. In zoom feature, there is summary zoom, section zoom, and slide zoom. Currently, our PowerPoint doesn't has any section, so the section zoom feature isn't available. I'll create sections for you. You can create a section by going to the slides here, and right click and new section. Sorry, add a new section and name this section as basically introduction section, and you can rename some slides as conclusion section. So now you have sections here. You can basically go to the first slide and access the zoom feature. First of all, we'll go see the summary zoom feature. So summary, basically in zoom feature, summary zoom, now it is showing you all the slides and will ask you what slides you want to show into the summary, the whole summary of the your presentation. So I want to add just the slide number 3 third and slide number first and 6 too. So I'll insert it. Now see on the left hand side, it added a section for you named summary section, and these slides are presented here. So the good part of this zoom feature is that if I change anything, like I added, I guess third one. So if anything was present there, it will dynamically get updated here too, and you can change the orientation of everything here, like expand it. So the primary usage of zoom feature is to add some added visual representation to PowerPoint slide. Like if I'll present it here and click on any slide, it will basically zoom it for us. And whenever that section would end, and we can go to another section. That is basically the feature of zoom feature. So like if you had introduction here, you can first go to the introduction part here. Then when that section ends, you can go to this section and explain everything about that there. And when the section, it will automatically take you the zoom screen back whenever the section ends. And this is for like better visual representation for your slides. Like first it showed default section and it had two slides, then it took back to the summary section, then it went to the introduction section. There were three slides. When that slide finished, and l- let me just add something for representation. So let me go back to the presented here. Now this was our default section, then introduction section. Like it automatically gets updated on the slide too. So that is the zoom feature. That was the summary zoom. Now there is section zoom too. Like for section zoom to working, you have to have sections in your document, and you can create like I showed you before, and you can add sections, whatever sections you would like. I want to add introduction section and conclusion section. I'll insert into the document. It basically adds where you are into the document right now, and you can move it and even write text below it. And let me edit this. I'm doing it roughly. You can do it in a lot better visual representation. Oh, So you can have like something like this and do something. And this present over here and this present over here, the difference between these two presents are like whenever you click this present, it will basically start your presentation from beginning, and if you click this present, it will start presenting your presentation from what slide you are currently working on. So this was the zoom feature, and there are a zoom feature and slide master feature. Whenever you will go to the portal.office.com and access the web version of PowerPoint, and if you add image to here, like let me download an image. So I saved an image, I want to add an image to the document, and basically cut it and go to insert and pictures from this device, go to desktop and add this image. So whenever you add an image, it will also show you certain design options, like how you can design your presentation, like, and you can also see more designs and select the one that is most appropriate for you. I'll go with this because it resembles our whole theme. So, like Microsoft Office is like very intelligent. It lets you, it also predicts designs for you and everything. You can edit everything. Like if you want to add transitions, you can add transitions. So let me tell you a short difference between transition and animation. Transition is basically applied to the whole slide, and animation is basically applied to something that is present in a slide. So if I want to add a transition to the whole slide, I'll do this. This will fade up like this, and these are vibes. And very powerful animation transition is this morph transition. And if we want to add animations, so we can add animation, it will only get applied to the text, like whatever I have selected. Let me add something more so you will have a better understanding. Copy and paste the text box here. I'll change it to intro. So I have selected this text box and went to animations, and I wanted to float in, and I wanted to probably, there are different animations. I wanted to fly in, no, or probably split something. Yeah, that's it. So you can see numbers here. This transition would occur first, and this would occur later. So 1 and 2, and when you go to present, and then the second animation happen. So that is for animations and transitions. And there is slideshow. You can basically rehearse your timings. These are some additional useful features for rehearsals and recording slideshows. We'll cover these features and probably if we conduct some future workshops. So let's move on to the next application, that is Microsoft Sway. So Microsoft Sway just rolled out few years ago, and it is also a presentation platform that basically does the same work as PowerPoint, but there are many key differences. So Sway is a presentation platform that is lets you create easy to create, share interactive reports and presentations and personal stories. So Microsoft Sway is not a desktop based application. Let me explain the differences between PowerPoint and Sway. Sway is not a desktop based application, it is a web based. Like web based, by web based it means that you can only access it from your browser, and Sway is easy to create, and PowerPoint is like power packed version. Like if you, in easier terms, like PowerPoint is the main presentation program and Sway is like the second beta version, the second version of presentation. But Sway is like very easy to create, and you can work with your friends on Sway too. Like if you want to create a quick presentation that is presented on browser, so you can create Sways. Let me open Sway, and Sway is like much more interactive and easy to use, and it has very less features. Unlike PowerPoint, PowerPoint gives you whole lot of variety to edit templates, add designs, add animations, and add zoom features. But Sway is like very simplistic and very easy to use, and you can collaborate with your friends too on Sway. Like it has also sections, and someone, like I'll add name this as, so this is basically the heading, and we can change, you can emphasize is basically bold, and you can change its font style, and whenever you have to add something, it will give you options like to add heading, to add text, to image, to add image. There are you can add videos, audios, and whatnot. So I'll add text, and you can add text here, and you can change it to back to heading too. Like it will create another section, but I'll go for the simple body text, and you can write something, some random text here. I'll have to copy some text, but no, okay, I'll write it. Something. So, and you can add this. It's very easy to use, and you can see how your presentation will look by going to click play. And basically, this it automatically selects designs for you if you haven't selected anything, but you can edit the design here, like by going to design, and there are limited style options, like if you want your sway to be vertical like this, horizontal like scrolling this, and basically slides is basically you click on the button like PowerPoint and it switches slides, and you have design features here, like you can go for this, very minimalistic but very attractive designs. I want to select this and go to vertical view. So, and we can view our sway from here. This will probably show the end presentation. Let me add some more sections to it. We'll go to edit and storyline, and you can probably bold the headings, and you can add an image there too. Like if you want to image, it will search images from web for you. Like I want to search images for Office 365. So these images showed to us. I want to add this, and when I go to view my slide, so basically it appears like this. It is very easy to create and a quick presentation platform, and you can share with others, and you can also invite people to edit. Like I did this work and I want someone else to work on it too, so I can just invite people and edit. You just have to provide them with the link and they'll be able to edit on it. So this is way it is very easy to use. So that is it for the workshop. If you guys have any questions, you can ask. If any one of you. So that was it for the workshop. I hope you learned something new, and we can continue with this workshop series in the future too. So thank you everyone for joining today. Thank you so much.